North America accounts for over half of TCS's revenue. UK and continental Europe make up another 28% or so. Asia Pacific, which includes Japan, is a meager 7%. But that could change soon. Its recent joint venture with Mitsubishi gives it a stronger presence in the world's second largest market for IT services.
Do you think Japan can become as big a market for you as Europe, as fundamentally important to your business as that?
See, first of all, our revenue mix from a geography perspective, by and large, not accurately, but by and large, mirrors the IT spend in these markets. So, which is a good thing. But coming specific to Japan, if you ask me whether there is potential, absolutely. I mean, it's the second largest market from the market potential. I certainly hope that it will be a very, very big market for us, and we have got very aggressive goals. And so it should definitely be of the order of Europe, if not US.
Bigger than that. You know, just one quick side question on Japan. I don't think any of the big Western majors that you compete with have made inroads into Japan, right? Because of the society and the business society that it is. So for them, Japan will never be a big game changer. For you, Japan can be what catapults you into leadership position if you get that market right. Is that a fair assessment?
I think if we get Japan right and if we become a true partner for the companies there, I think it will be a significant differentiator.
It can be, right? Okay. So geographies is one question. And the second question is, you refer to business model transitions, right? I'm just curious, can you give us some illustrations on how you're shifting from what was the traditional IT services business, the outsourcing business, to what we all now generically refer to as digital? What are consumers asking of?
The first thing, Menaka, I want to interject and correct.
Sure, please do.
See, our business model is very strong, and we believe that we have a very strong full services strategy to partner with clients to serve and address their challenges and opportunities here and now. So I think we will continue on the one hand to focus and deliver and expand the current business model. Make no mistake about it. In parallel, we will always invest about creating the future business models. That has two dimensions.
Right.
One is an example like a Diligenta, which is a clear platform, insurance platform, where we serve the customer on their core on a, for example, a price per policy model, where we take the end-to-end responsibility to be able to take care of it for the customer. And that's a new business model. The second one is the whole digital transformation, and that's a big thing. That's a very big thing because at least in my last 27, 28 years, I have not experienced any point in time the set of technologies can make such profound impact. And these technologies are coming together in a very additive fashion, and every business has to rethink, and we call it the whole reimagination exercise. Recently, for example, we worked with the financial institution. They wanted to launch an all mobile bank.
Completely mobile based.
In this market, they have launched a new bank which is an all mobile, pretty successful.
So no branches, no website.
No branches, no other. It's just mobile.
What is the revenue profile and the margin profile of some of these new projects that you do? Because they don't fit into the traditional mold of how you used to do work, right? So
I think, you talked about, do you do consulting? You ask questions about quality of revenue. But when you take an engagement like this, what is involved? You sit down with the customer and think through and visualize what does a mobile bank look like.
So this is a higher margin business than even consulting, right?
In general,
not this particular project, but this kind of stuff.
This kind of stuff. You really get paid well. But the point is that you're also making a lot of investments.
How do you reconcile new technology, the agility that requires you to be able to deal with new technology and these new unique demands with growing scale? You're at above 300,000 people. That's a mammoth organization. How do you make the both work? At some point, do you fear that scale will work against you?
See, fundamentally, my mind is wired in such a way. to think scale is all about leverage. And I never give a negative connotation to scale. I give it a positive connotation. So I start thinking about, if this is the scale we have, this is the talent pool we have, and if whatever be the magnitude of the problem and the opportunity there, how do we put this to work?
On the issue of size, I have one final question, and this may seem contradictory to everything I've been asking you so far about size, because I've almost made size sound like a negative or a burden. But do you see the scope for big ticket consolidation in the global IT industry? Your acquisition strategy at TCS has been a string of pearls strategy. So you acquire knowledge, you acquire expertise, but rarely ever size, maybe geographical presence, as you did with the Japanese joint venture. Do you see consolidation, big ticket consolidation in IT services? Will TCS be a participant in that?
See, one comment on that scale. I think, when you make it work and when it works, because you make it work, or you try to make it work and you end up being lucky to some extent, then it sounds like an advantage. When it doesn't work,
it's a disadvantage. It's like nothing succeeds like success, right? It's like that, yeah.
So I don't fault you for that. So if you take the second question, I think, you can never say whether a consolidation will happen or not. It has been talked about for many years. Okay, there have been consultants, strategy consulting firms who approached me 7-8 years ago and have come and told me that, what TCS should do? Buy, and consolidate. So, this has happened in other industries. But in general, in services industry, a massive consolidation of multiple companies has not happened. Probably because the integration is different in services companies than in manufacturing companies. Could be, and then you've got to see what the synergy is, what is the duplicacy is. So there may be many issues involved. At least for TCS, I can tell you that we are not looking at any acquisition for the sake of size.
Back at the hotel, in the blistering cold rain, Chandra sportingly responds to questions on personal leadership strategy. But it's clear, he prefers to talk about the business than himself.
The last theme that I want to talk about, which is your leadership style and strategy. You've now come to be known as one of India's most successful CEOs. And I'm curious, when you do introspection, what do you identify as the reasons or the strategies that have brought you here?
I think what has worked for me is that we've been able to create a culture of entrepreneurial leadership. We have a strong team, and I've been able to get them to aspire and dream and also take risks in the way they go about building the business, and that has worked, I feel.
I know, but I'm talking at a more personal level, Chandra. I think, what is it about your leadership philosophy? What is it about your value system that's brought you here?
I think my philosophy, if I had to capture in one word, I would say that it is one of empowerment. I've been able to empower people, I think. And in terms of values, there are many things that you can talk about. To me, the attitude is very important. Attitude captures everything. It's not only the can-do, dream and aspire and so on. It's also about how passionate, what's the passion that you bring, whether it is for the customer or for what you do. Those are the things that I think I exhibit. It's very hard for me to say. I think you should probably talk to other people in the company.
Okay. Ram groomed you to some extent into being CEO. You have a long way to go. You're only in your second 5-year term right now. But are you already working to groom people within TCS to take over from where you leave off?
I think if you ask me specifically, have I identified anyone and, a set of probables, the answer is no.
Okay.
But there are a lot of high quality people in TCS in my next level and also in the levels below. And I think we have time ahead of us, and we are identifying sporting talent, and we are giving lots of opportunities for these people. And at some stage, definitely this is an ongoing discussion with the board, definitely.
Okay, final question, Chandra, before we freeze and die. Do you visualize yourself as the chairman of the Tata Group ever?
No, I'm really enjoying what I do, and I'm a tech guy, and I love this job most passionately, and I'm.
But you also run the most valuable company in the Tata Group.
You can get carried away by these valuations. I'm very, very fortunate. I'm very happy that we are the most valuable company in India now, but you can't get carried away. I think what's important is you are in an exciting industry, in the most exciting company, with exciting people. You have a unique opportunity to make a difference, but enjoy doing that every single day. And that's what I love, and I hope I can have
so to my
more
question,
fun doing it for a number of years.
To my question, do you visualize yourself ever as the chairman of the Tata Group? What would your response be?
This question I will say never.
All right.